Hey everybody, it's me, Max Farrow, and this is DexFX Copy. The update for today is the 18th of January, and holy crap, I am over the moon. I guess mostly because I've been up for like 4 days now. As we all know, okay, these updates are all just for you, so these don't go out anywhere. Don't post them on Facebook or anything else, but these are all just for us here at DexFX Copy and the people that have started out with us, right? We stopped all sales, we stopped all processes because we're of the thought that if it's something's not working, if something's happening, you don't promote it to that degree, right? Now, all of you that came on board early to get it for less money, right? Thank you very much, because the servers and everything else cost a lot of money per month, and we want to make sure that we got it down pat, right? Now, after we've done some extensive research and development into the signal side of it, we really started to see some major inconsistencies in brokership. So with Traders Way, with Forex.com, with Oneida, all of them, and not any one in particular worse than another when it comes to this type of manipulation. Now, this industry is very difficult, and you have to stay on top of it, because if you're not paying attention, if you're not watching carefully, you can get taken something fierce. We all know this. I have emulated in the past our story of how we were ripped off for $115,000 and how it happened and why it happened. And it was the slow, methodical con of a overseas binary, okay? Because it was all about timing. It was all about, okay, put your money in and then you can get it out in 6 months. Well, great. That's 6 months we were waiting, you know, because it made sense to us. Keep the money in, keep it diversified, keep it building on the portfolio. They had all the answers, right? They had all the answers. Now, what I have for you is that I have some pretty good answers for the system, what we've developed, and where we're going. So let me get right into that today. All right. So first off, with the Simply Forex process, we have it on the program, and it's running. Now, how well it's running is really it's sort of working its way around, right? As the markets kind of go like this and equity curves go, if you just started here, okay, and we just start here, and the equity curve goes and it drops down, this is basically we're basically in this little margin right here, right? And we're hoping that we'll be able to go up here. All back testing says that there's about 80-90 trades a month per asset, and we have 10 assets running right now, okay? And that process of the assets running and how many trades that they do, it has a low rate of, I'll say, success as far as is win-loss ratio, right? And that, let's talk about that for a second. And why does win-loss ratio matter in a particular case like this? Well, because our R value is not the same as win-loss ratio. All right? For every pip that I risk, I want to make at least 2. In our systems, there is none of our trades, none of our process ever drops down below 1 to 1. It's always more than 1 to 1. So it's never like half to 1. Right? And you'll see sometimes even it's 4 to 1 in some cases in other people's systems. That means that I'm risking 4 pips to try to make 1, right? So we always have this, and in some cases we have even a 1 to 4 system that's on that does pretty well. And this is why our win-loss ratio can be less. If I win 4 and I lose 6, that's only a 40% success rate. Understand? And so if that's the case, can I still make money? And the answer is yes. You still can make money. The process can still make money, but you get an equity curve that kind of looks like, you know, it looks like this, right? Small losses, big win. Small losses, big win. And that's how we have to kind of play this game, because we're not in, if you got in right here and this equity curve drops below, this is 0, okay, this is not 0 money, but this is, let's just say you started at $1,000, right? And you drop down, it's $990 and $80, right? And this is minus 20 or minus 50 or whatever it is, okay? It's never about this process because we're still fighting this, win 4, lose 6. But when we lose 6, we're only losing, 18 pips. And when we're winning 36 or 26 or above this normal loss parameter, okay? So where are we at with most of the pairs is that we're between 49 and 64% success rate, right? Now, on the other side of this coin, 64% may not yield out more money just because the win-loss ratio is better. Still all about the R value. You might get a better win-loss ratio, but the R value is maybe a 1-to-1 instead of a 1-to-2, or even a 1-to-4. So the 1-to-2 or 1-to-1 may not yield out a great. Now, if we were doing a 1-to-1 here, we'd probably be hurting a little bit, right? But if we were doing a 1-to-1 here, we're going to be in that success range. Still, not a lot, but still on that side. Now, so far, we're going to let now what I did not do, I did not shift the new Simply Forex to a new MyFX book. I'm just going to let it run and let it work its way around, and we'll start filtering out right in around a month. Okay? So 30 days from when it was the other day when it started. All right, let's talk about something else here as well. Simply Forex is one system that we have, just one, right? We also, right, because we're DexFX copy. I'm not talking about bot building at the moment. I built this one right here. This is mine. I built this. Okay, from the ground up. We have about 4 versions of this process too, which is pretty powerful. I'm even developing another one right now that's even a better strategy than what we're doing here. Side note, okay? But that's for later. But we have another process that we do. It's called the bot hunt, right? Just coining this just right now. We're just going to make this up as we go along, I guess. But bot hunting. Yeah, let's call it that. Bot hunting. All right? And in bot hunting, what I do is that I go look for bots. And I go hunt bots out. And whether or not you believe me or not, my goal is to find something. And I don't care, and I have no ego attached to it, whether it's my bot or it's somebody else's bot, right? Then you'll be like, well, Max, why wouldn't I just go use somebody else's bot? Well, if you want to go figure out all the variables and figure out the strategy and do all the testing and do the forward and house the bot on yourself and do the VPS and do all that stuff, then you're going to know what it is anyway. You just have to type in the name and find it, okay? You're more than welcome to go try to do all that stuff. I have no worries about that at all. But for those of you that are here that want something more, somebody else to do all that kind of crazy shit for you, then that's what we're here for. So, we go bot hunting. And what bots did we find? Well, we found the Odin. I ain't going to make it easy for you. I mean, their names are whatever. We found the Odin, the Vader, and the Finch, which we deemed the Grinch. Okay? Now, these bots are all running on our systems right now. And they're not doing too bad. There's some work that needs to be done here. In fact, I'll show you what they look like. Let's go over and have a look at the Finch first. Here's the Finch right now. It's doing its thing. Not trading extremely super powerful. I mean, today we have, let me do a custom. Today we sort of took a rise up. We did 50 pips for today. That's a pretty good ratio. Now this bot has a process that it follows, okay? But why does that make the Finch more successful than somebody else's? Why won't we have trouble with this process? Because we developed because when I got this bot, it's open source. So I can add things to it. So that's why I'm calling it the Grinch, because I've added a little bit to it, okay, into the code. And one of the things I added is some some broker protection. Not protection for brokers, protection from brokers. Yeah. So what I've done, instead of putting a stop loss and take profit, what we've added on is a very special thing where it stops at a particular amount. Okay. And we can set that amount right into the EA or the bot. So if it's winning, I want it to win 26 pips. I just set that at, say, $26. Okay, or $2.60 if we're trading at a micro lot. And if it's losing at a micro lot, I want it only to go $1.30. Right? Remember, R1. If I'm risking this, I want to be at least R1 to 2, and that's what this is. Okay, this means that I can lose 2 freaking trades and win 1 back and break even. Or I can lose 3 and win 2 and whatever the scenario is, right? And that's how we protect it, because they can't stop me out, because how can they not take my order? It's an immediate market order that gets put on. An immediate market order. As soon as it hits that number. So they can't deny that. If they do, then it's a regulational foul, and we can start setting up the lawsuits, I guess. Okay? The next one is the Odin. And the Odin is pretty powerful because it has some pretty good features in it. But it takes a while for you to kind of get everything on board. Here, let me see if I can. There it is. Okay? And the Odin, don't even try to figure out what it is, because it ain't worth it. It runs on an M30 chart, runs on a 30-minute chart. And it applies some pretty good variables. Now, listen. It's got some work. We got to filter out some of the trades on which ones it works. There's some suggested stuff that come with it and all this other stuff, and I've tested some of them out, and I'm tweaking just a little bit. It's doing okay. Let me see what it did today. When it first started out, I was trying to figure some stuff out. Didn't really work out so well. So today we've done a minus 24 pips, but again, we're figuring stuff out. It's about to hit pretty good. This Euro USD I have been trailing. I want you to see this, and why this is so important is because I've been trailing this trade all morning long. Okay, so every movement up that we get into this, we're at 61 pips right now. Okay, and I'm going to be moving up. So right now we've secured 50 pips on this so far. And once I find a few pairs that start to do this, this is what I do all day long, besides building all the other great stuff, okay? And I'm trailing this stuff because I want to secure. This is 100 pips right here. You understand? That's 100 pips. And even though that we're down 24 pips right now, this is 100 pips. Now, I know the USD-CAD is sitting at 54 pips. We probably should have found a block out of that, but I'm not sure if it's going to be heading down. But again, we have a stop on this. Now, this stop, which is so cool about this system, is fake. It's not actually on the broker. It's in the software. So they can't not value it, right? Our take profits are set in the software, not set on the broker. It doesn't have an order in. You see? It says 000000. So the process can't be shut off or not honored by the broker because it goes in as an immediate market order. All right? All right. So we have some work to do. The next one that I want to talk about is the Vader. Let me see if I can find it. Where are you at, little bugger? There you go. The Vader is another one that uses a lot of Fibonacci stuff. It's pretty powerful. We're up 31 pips already today for there. Probably take a hit here on the Euro Audi because it kind of hit us in the wrong direction. It's sort of consolidating at the moment. Okay. It might stop us out. I paraded this thing in pretty good. I was trying to keep it very... come on, stop. Yeah, it's about 38 pips out. So Now, this, when we first started in, is it started with a lot multiplier, so that's why it has 3 pips on there, but that's, or 3 micro lots in there, and we're sort of 22 pips in. So you can kind of see this isn't lots. I'm sorry, it wasn't the amount of pips. We've only done okay, so not too many pips this morning. I'd say about 12, 13 pips with the loss in there. So 2, 4, so about 28 pips, 29 pips this morning. All right. So that's what we have. We have Simply Forex, we have the Odin, and we have the Vader, and we have the Finch. And between these guys, we're going to find something that is consistent. Okay? And even if, folks, we filter the EU from here, the Great Britain Pound USD from here, the Audi USD from here, and maybe the NZD USD, you know, the Kiwi and the dollar. You know, it all really depends. You know, you might have other ones on here, the USD JPY. You know, we filter this out, and this will be each signal provider you can do this with. Taking the best of any one particular bot. Now, I have other bots that I'm testing, and I've been testing for a while. But nobody's ever done this. Nobody's ever taken those bots and done them. We also have an opportunity that I'm building right now. That's the Simply Forex strategy system, where you get the bot itself and all that stuff. But that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. If you're here on DexFX Copy, you're probably already at that point where you're like, no, I don't want any other bots. I just want you, Max, to go figure this stuff out and let me know. If that's the case, great. If not, you're going to be getting an email. You'll see this around. Don't worry, we're not shifting. I'm not abandoning DexFX Copy. You guys are sticking it out, and so are we. Now, something else is coming out that will kind of help you guys as well. Maybe not you guys, because you guys are free, right? You paid your $150, your $250, whatever it is, and I'm giving you a whole bunch of months in here for free. Okay, I think it's like a total, your first live month is free for me, right? No matter what it is, your first live month, doesn't matter if you do $10,000 in there, I don't care. Okay, your first month, once you start to go live, until you start going live, you know, for you guys that are on right now. But you're going to see a program come out where it's $150, and I think it's something like $67 a month flat fee, right? Flat per month. And we're going to do this because we made it super stupid low, right? Not like the $199, $399 that some of these other companies have. We made it stupid super low because we know people, and you could demo this thing for 10,000 years for as far as I care at that point. All right, but this is per signal provider, right? So that's per signal provider. So we have to, I just want you to know that even, and for you guys that are watching this right now, you don't have to worry about this. You got them all, you're gonna have all the access. You got in early, you were smart. That's my reward for all of you for being patient and thankful. All right? But you're going to see this deal come out, and over the next couple of weeks, and maybe even the next week. So a lot of stuff is going to be happening. All right. I'm getting a lot of phone calls from people. If you feel like you need to call me, please do. Know that I'm extremely busy, but I'm here for you. Send me a text, send me a chat, send me an email. Call me if you absolutely have to, if there's something wrong. If you've gone in and changed your, if you've restarted your demo and you got a new MyFX book, make sure you start getting everything attached. If you have any problems whatsoever, please just pick up the phone, call. If you get into a jam, don't suffer through this stuff. All right. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much to everybody. I'm Max Farrell. This is DexFXCopy.com, and as always, trade well.